still a chance. But no, LeBlanc is going to be picked, and yeah, she's good nowadays. You see a lot of LeBlanc.
I'm glad you pointed out, though, Veldis.
I just had to get it in there. You know?
Yeah, before it all got shattered, unsurprisingly, and
I feel like they can do some wonderful things as well. Because we are going to hop onto the Rift here for game number 1. Level 2 here is hit, and Flash comes in. We're going for the Kent, and he will immediately respond with his own Flash. Ignite also used by June.
And that leads to an early back, and there is no Flash, no man on 5 Kid.
Yeah, and he's got teleport, but he elects to stay anyway as the root comes in. This is going to be the easiest first blood you've ever seen, as a nice try at a trade back, but heal is used, and Taeyun will survive, even with the minions coming in here. So the Tom Kent goes back, 5 Kid stays, and 5 Kid dies.
It's a second scuttle that is now going to get picked up here for Pioshi. 3 marks! Veldis,
this is not okay. And now we're just going to get double roots down. Harp doesn't have his flash, and he's going to try to get out of there, but he cannot. Absolutely. 2 kills here to Taeyun. 3 marks for Pioshik. DRX are on a massive roll here in the early game.
Opportunity, and what you're going to do, early on, it's the decisiveness that we haven't seen all split. It's the final bullets as well on the Graviton, right? Immediately switches to his Severum. Free pickup. Loving this, but Gideon is in the area.
Yeah, you can see 5 Kid, he's desperate to try to clear the waves. And now we got a Tom Kent who's under turret. Takes a lot of damage as there you go. The Moonlight Vigil comes in. Pioshik is able to hop away. That's just going to be another kill into the pockets of the Aphelios. And another plate on top of it. Let's drop down the Rift Herald. DRX, like I mentioned, the train will not stop. It's the express train.
That's your teleport, and because the Kindred ultimate is still there is never a situation where you are actually able to blow someone up. Kingen
comes out. Kingen's looking for the solo kill, and he's got one more. I think there it is. The needles come out, and one more auto will do it. As he's trying to get in there, and he will pick up the kill. Although he does go down to the turret. Nicely done, trying to turn things around in the top lane.
However, with Dove not really finding any opening, Kingen now.
Okay,
the Dove here.
Trying to get on top of Kingen here. He's got the needles coming out, trying to turn it, and he will not be able to. The Subjugate helping Gideon stay alive, making that kill easier. But you can see that Pioshik, he's trying to turn it up on the top side. He already has 4 marks. How many more is this guy going to get? As he's got 5 Kid, you can see that Marcus hanging out there. He just needs to get the assist onto this poor Ziggs, who's all alone underneath the turret. And there's going to be the double kill going the way of Pioshik.
With a lack of pressure, they're able to stand up here and say, "It's Kingen." I don't think that's going to end well.
Yeah, I liked the play before. This one, not so much. He just doesn't have any vision. There was almost a lucky blast plant there that maybe would have forced a flash from Gideon, but does not matter, as he's just going to face check the Dark Jungle and get taken out.
I don't know why we're watching this again. It was just nicely done. Good pillar. Holds him down, and then this topside play as well. Here you see the really confidence as well as Pioshik making use of the fact that he is so fat as Kindred. Gets the first proc, which means Harp is just desperately trying to stay alive. Really nice turret tank in here from June. And then, yeah, they can go in here. 5 Kid doesn't really have any mana or threat to speak of. Lamp's Respite still available. And then they use the heal there, not the Kindred ultimate, to make sure that Aphelios stays alive. Yeah, King, your team is making a play on the top side of the map. You have no business being here, and he gets punished appropriately.
He was pretty far down the lane for Kingen in the CS.
It is Doran, after all, and whereas Dove hasn't really had an impact this game yet, and I think will also continue to have a hard time due to that Lamp's Respite. Now on the second level, Pioshik also itemizing Wit's End.
Okay, looking to get on top of Pioshik here. He does not have his ultimate. He had to use it to get the Syndra to safety, and so he's just going to die to a pillar.
And it shows us that KT still can't take you down, right? Dove doesn't even need to do all the damage. All that he needed to do there, which he did.
Okay, Kingen trying to survive with his needles, but Dove just says, I'm LeBlanc. I can go straight in your miss. That's totally fine. And there have been a lot of little mistakes from the side of DRX. They had a massive lead, and all of a sudden, I mean, you look at the gold, you look at the Infernal Drake, there's a lot of different ways that KT can easily win this game now. And so trying to get on top of Jet here, he doesn't have his flash. That's going to be a dead Syndra unless he gets, nope, no E available, and down he goes. Killing spree for Gideon, who is, okay, just gets devoured here and will survive.
To run in the good vision. But here we see the value, and Dove does this really nicely, is with the itemization from Pioshik, you don't actually take him down that quickly, but combined with Gideon's substantial damage, you're still fine. And here, it felt like, honestly, if you react to a little bit earlier there was June, maybe you're fine. Gwen being immune, as you point out, doesn't matter, as Dove is not impressed at all.
Just like, I'm fighting, I got him. Here's the follow-up here on the Jet, who again had no flash.
Yeah, Gideon really overestimating his tankiness there. They had vision in the bot side jungle. Yeah. You could just run away. Didn't have to use the devour there. It's still an okay position, but DRX now giving away a part of their lead. And I'm not necessarily as worried as to what it means for the state of the game as I'm worried for just DRX's mental. This is a team that has had an incredibly rough split as, oh no.
Okay, we're going to get the Lantern in here, and it does actually get Harp into an unfortunate spot as huge damage from range as the turret is online.
If either team had a Leona or a Rakan or something aggressive, otherwise
or
it's just going to be this.
To jump into the enemy jungle and try to kill the Trundle and then just die.
What?
So that time the Scout of the Week is enough to push Dove back, but he does have teleport, so we'll go for a redo. As here's this poke you were talking about. Zig's ultimate right on top of team. Doesn't even get through the shield, but the steal from Doran on the Infernal Drake is big. But here comes DRX. They have so much damage already with the Kindred and the Aphelios just moving forward, able to take a couple of guys down. And now they should set their sights on Baron.
And while it's nice that they're able to actually pick up that Infernal Drake, the follow-up fight gets decisively won by DRX, and picking up a Baron now might give them the opportunity to actually break open the base, take away the remaining map control that KD had available, and kind of go from there. I do want to see replay because I really wonder how Doran stole that, whether there was some funny business involved with Gideon, maybe also throwing in a smite, or whether it was just a miss from Pioshik. But why do we have to? We have to replay this.
Yes, everybody watch.
As this is what a lack of engage does to you. It makes you do silly things that you should not do, like just randomly dive into multiple people. And here it is indeed just Doran. Yeah, mistimed smite there.
Yeah, a bit early.
Fortunately, June hits a monstrous hook, which means that immediately Dove is gone. And then as DRX, you don't have the issue of, okay, do we want to go? I don't know whether there was one of the smartest moves I've seen or one of the most,
you know,
not so good ones, because it worked out really well, right? It dissuaded the engaged. Oh,
no, this is the one guy you can't afford to lose right now, and he's burning down. He's got about 0 health at this point in time, and that might just be the Infernal. This is what we were talking about. As the damage does come in, Pioshik is just getting to work here, and it's going to be a flip, and it goes the way of KT as the Lancer spike goes down. And KT now with the Infernal. They have blown the game open, and Doran and the rest of them, they're still on the chase. The ultimate comes out, and they're going to just keep them at bay, but take a look at the mid lane. You just got to stop the backs and let the Ziggs do the work. That's all they need. As Harp is looking to maybe stop the Gwen, but it's not actually going to work as teleport is committed to here. As he might actually, yeah, June's going to die. Pioshik looking to follow the same fate as the jungler will go down. Like 10%.
I am not enjoying this.
Yeah.
This is not okay. We need to rectify this immediately.
Yeah, and you know what? Very close to doing exactly that. The minions and the burn come down. It's enough. Leandri's best item, and that's going to potentially do it here as Jace is going to be denied, or rather the Kindred, as Jace and the rest of his team will put in the damage, and now it's 5-on-3. King, and he was just pushing the top lane peacefully. as 2 of his teammates died. And now KT, that's all the room they needed. I think they'll go for the game-winning push now. Although here comes Taeyun. He's got 200 years behind him. We'll see what he can do. But the amount of poke damage that is coming out here is pretty insane. And this time it hits the right target.
Healing that Lance Respite provides you. And now you're playing into this poke comp.
He's dead. All right, here we go. We get some Kench burn in there. Hey, how about another kill? I feel like we're playing that game at the circus where you throw, or not circus, like the carnival where you throw darts at the balloon board and people just blow up. As Bielcik, he's got some armor for this balloon, but not for too long. Down he will go, and that's probably going to be game number 1. Finally coming in here, 42 minutes, KT are able to find the picks they needed. Taeyun is still alive, and he does have GA. It is, he's actually maybe going to kill Harp here. He's got some really nice weapons to do it, but the engage is coming in, and the burn is huge. As you can see, Trundle is able to chase him down, and now there is just no hope for this poor Aphelios. Down he goes, 1,000 gold, and that's going to be another balloon popped. This KT will, I would imagine now, Chronicler, end the game.
I think they've done it, Valdez. I like your hesitation, given how this game has gone, but in the end, it will indeed be enough. Oh! Nope. Nope, not quite. It is a game, but just a weird game. Weird and wacky, as you mentioned. They didn't actually win with a gold lead. In the end, KT able to clinch it back, but you see some of the issues that the DRX comp ran into when they weren't able to really cleanly play out that mid game. Even with the leads that they had, not actually picking up the Drakes, not actually picking up the Barons that you need to. However, for DRX, that is me talking about 30 minutes into the game. And I think the problem for them is going to get there because the power that this KT comp have is incredible. They can hard force. They have prio in most of the lanes.
Maybe they get some kind of heroic performance down in the bottom lane. Again, it's going to be much more difficult.
Means that it is just a free pickup. Summoners are down.
All right, here we go. A lot of damage on a Taeyun, though. Will they have enough? Yes, they will. Last hit comes out from Taeyun, and now looking for the potential follow-up here as June is going to tank this up. And take a look at this. Doran's here as he's going to get the flash already out of Bielcik, but Harp picks up the kill. After all that, another death sentence comes in and lands as Doran is looking for the follow-up here. There's a lot of minions coming in, and Taeyun will go down just barely as Doran will get out of dodge there away from June, who was quite scary at the end.
And with how aggressive him and June have been playing, I think that's just going to continue in this matchup. And unlike the last game, where Taeyun was then playing with a composition that had an incredible amount of range, and he had no front line, and he was still able to not die until the very end of the game. Situation a little bit different. He has front line, and there is a lot of short range on the enemies. Spioshi goes in.
All right, looking to maybe counter gank here as Harp is going to deny the stun and the death sentence. He avoids a lot of damage. Gideon goes in and then he flashes away. Not able to get the kill onto June as some more wacky and wonderful trades happen in the bottom lane.
And on the other hand, I really like this from DRX. Like, it worked out amazingly last time. Just focus bot lane. Due to the great laning from June and Taeyun, the summoners are already down. And I think this initial play is fine. However, then also going in for the kill on Harp is very enthusiastic and leads to a rather quick death. And yeah, here Taeyun can just, I think he can just flash out and be fine if he uses Graviton, but he doesn't want to. He wants to try and go for the kill. If he gets one more auto, and he will get that as well. And yeah, as you pointed out here, really nicely done by Harp, who otherwise surely would have died with a bunch of great sidesteps. No stun, doesn't actually hit him. Then the hook, also not found, which gets a situation in which Gideon still goes in. That's very over-enthusiastic. Might have gotten the kill on June. Bot lane power into actual objectives. That's something that hasn't really happened yet. Bielcik finds Gideon.
And Gideon, he's like, yeah, sure, let's go for it. He's going to miss everything, but he has the priority from the top side as down goes the Xinjiao. But now the Slicing Maelstrom, it doesn't look like it's enough damage as the Viego just going to execute him.
But he doesn't.
Oh, yeah, still.
There is the long range engage coming through, right? Like, it takes a while for Cannon to actually get here. With that missing, Pyosik knows, yeah, I'm fine. Like, we can just kill him. Really nicely coordinated, and it's nice that Doran tries to go in there, but this is a Viego. And if there's one thing that he loves, and June at the very least picked that up, and yeah, Doran. Oh boy.
Well, I hope that one melee minion was worth it as we get the stun coming in, the Slicing Maelstrom. Actually, it's taking a while to kill Doran, but he does eventually go down as 5 gets here a little bit too late. Yeah, so that's going to be the second Rift Herald thrown into the mid lane turret. They're going to take it down. Nice little win here for DRX as once again Pyosik is going to find Gideon, saves that ultimate for after the Heartbreaker. This Crescent Guard will be nice to gain him some room as the follow-up does come in here. They're trying to engage now onto June, and maybe this is what you were looking for as KT. The overextension from somebody on the side of DRX, and they get the support. As the rest of DRX are coming in here, we got 8 seconds until this is about to spawn.
Late.
I feel, yeah, KT could probably just burst this down. They have a decent amount of vision. Looks like they want to go for picks now that DRX is here. As here we go, Pyosik is the one trying to go for the pick, but he has to use his ultimate. Really nice hook as the Devour comes into the Slicing Maelstrom, and follow-up is huge. Big arrow as well onto the Aphelios, and now it's just Jet alone with one big Ornn boy trying to make it all work by himself. As LeBlanc goes down and Kingen is all alone. And this is why we were saying to just wait and be cautious, but DRX did not heed our advice. And they're going to be caught out here. Eventually Kingen will die. And the Drake will be theirs as he's just going to go ahead and try to teleport out. Yeah, okay.
These type of mistakes where it's fine if Kingen isn't there, but then Pyosik can't go in. And it's the consistency of these disjointed plays that come out, and then exactly what we said, Dove and Doran onto the enemy backline. And yeah, it's nice that you have a great front-to-back team composition, but your front is walking into the river by the point that your back is already gone. And this is, again, this is not an individual player mistake. This is not on Kingen. If anything, it'd be on Pyosik, but even with him, it's just a sign of how disjointed these comps are. It's gone.
And yeah, I mean, Harp's trying to get in here. Gideon nearly dies as Jet does a nice job. There's the arrow, and here comes the engage. The Slicing Maelstrom is big as the Baron will go the way of DRX. But you can see that Dove gets pretty low, but he does so much damage in the backline. Taeyun, though, fighting front to back. He's trying to get it done, and look at Pyosik onto the backline here, but 5 able to kite him out as well. As both AD carries will live alongside Kingen, of course, as the Baron goes the way of DRX.
And even with all that damage in that small little choke point, June able to give his life just to try and keep that Lissandra and that cannon away from Taeyun, because that's the only thing that matters. As long as he stays alive, you can win every fight no matter what. Great preemptive damage being done here by Jet, which means that Gideon has so much less survivability. Cute little play here where we see Harp go in, but that is a lot of cooldowns being used in a futile attempt to steal away the Baron. Whereas I think if they hard committed to using all that cooldowns to actually winning the fight, that might have been fine. Really nice kiting coming through here. A lot of sustain that gets used there by the Viego.
So we'll see if maybe Dove and Doran, the bros in the solo lanes, can get something done as Gideon's going to go for that. And look at this flank as the Slicing Maelstrom is huge into the back line. And so much for a Baron push. See you later. As 3 members of DRX go down and Harp is going for a little vacation. He says, I would like to join your team potentially. As Pyosik, he is going to try to get away. They're looking for this pick onto him as he is actually buying a lot of time down here on the bottom side. The scanner going to be crucial for knowing which direction he does go. As KT do take a very big fight and Pyosik will eventually go down.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just...
No. Wouldn't work, unfortunately. And in the end, it is a kill. And it's a beautiful flank from Doran this time. If Cannon just walks into your backline And they had one ward, which gave them a false sense of security. But you need to actually have full control of the jungle if you want to go for this play, right? Because you know that if Cannon does actually get onto you, it's a similar problem that you faced in the initial fight that we saw.
The way things are going here, they're trying to find 5-head though, as, okay, that one is going to miss, but the knock-up is going to also miss. As, okay, now we fight front to back as Doran is going to get into his Zhonya's, but now should be going down. But no! The Devourer comes in at the perfect time, and the kiting in the back line is good. They get the knock-up now onto Gideon, and Taeyun is still alive here. You can see the health bar of 5kid is tremendously low, but getting Pyoshik up on the top is so crucial, as that death sentence was about a millimeter away from 5kid. The fact that Taeyun is still alive, though, means that DRX are still looking for the fight, but they get the root down, and there's the knock-up, and down he goes. And that's exactly what we were talking about. It is just Ornn that will survive, and KT will look to push and at least break the inhibitor and probably look for more.
And they can. Harp? He's hungry. Not hungry enough. As the dash out comes through.
He had a snack before.
I think it might be able to end. It is 35 seconds on the Phelios, and without a Phelios, the composition from DRX just doesn't have the available damage. KT might be looking to push for the end here, Valdez.
Well, the one thing that might be for certain is that Kingen will live, because he just doesn't seem to go down here. As in goes Jet. He's going to try and make a desperate attempt as they do get the knock-up on the Kingen. Just hit the Nexus is what I would say. As Viego comes out here. You just got to hit it, but no! They're not going to get the Nexus. The game will not end. As we will continue.
No.
And the TP's coming in. Kingen says, let me get this job done myself. Look at the death timers on KT.
They have no other TPs.
He has no wave.
He has no damage and no wave. Just go Baron.
Just push forehead.
Push.
Okay, they're gonna come in here through mid. There's still a lot of time.
Yeah, to get an inhib, I don't think they can get more than that. No. Maybe they can.
It's pretty late. I don't know. Kingen's
they have
been
a wave.
taking. He's been clearing the wave. 10 seconds.
God, no way.
In.
No way.
I think they have it. I think they do. Here we go. As we're going to see Harp desperate to try to end it, but DRX will do what KT could not, and they will click on the Nexus, and we will have a game number 3. As DRX, they find a win somehow.
The position of being able to go into playoffs is so monumentally huge. And to them be denied, look at this gold graph, to be denied that and now be 1-1, and if you lose the next game, it's done. Like that is your couple of percents just. Can't believe Rise made it through the entire draft. Not a champion that we've already touched upon, but definitely one that you're happy to take here. Do gotta say that the KT comp to me feels a little bit disjointed, whereas the DRX comp is very versatile. The one weak spot would be that Pyoshik is on a champion that doesn't really allow him to impact the early game.
At this point in time onto Dove, I think you get your 2 main carries onto something they should be comfortable. It was like 30 seconds faster than the longest first blood. And it was funny because when Liv Sandbox faced off against DRX again in round 2, I think we went for 17 minutes without a first blood. As this time, maybe we're going to get our first blood, as a lot of action is coming in now. As Jet has to flash away, he doesn't get a whole lot done. As the engage here from DRX, not really working out too well. Thankfully, they have Taeyun to get the Fate's call down. But here comes the follow-up, as Pyoshik will also be taken out. And now the Realm Warp even, as KT are really getting in there. They want to extend this lead as far as possible, and that will be 3 kills straight into their pocket.
See, in this case, the Ornn, and if you use absolutely everything in an attempt to kill Blank, that's fine. But then he actually needs to die, and it feels like the damage just isn't there. Blank immediately flashes out, and then the re-engage comes through. Your Hallowed Mist does nothing. Pyoshik throws a bunch of needles into the ether, and that means that you just get blown up in this extended trade. You had no vision, and if you know he has flash, you need to perfectly execute that. Like, he needs to die within that initial combo.
Yeah.
because otherwise this happens. And the okay position that you were in, now a lot less okay. This is really greedy.
Yeah, they're going to try for it once again, but look at the follow-up. The Moonfall is gigantic as Blank will pick up the kill. And now you can see DRX just getting a little bit desperate, trying to find whatever engage they can. And KT, time and time again, twice now in a row, they have been able to shut it down very easily. And down he will go. At least DRX will get a nice little charge into the mid lane, but that is it.
Yeah, and I don't think that's even close to enough. DRX just not really getting anything to go right. It says they go in on Blank.
Here we go. They do have 3 members, but Blank very expertly dodges a lot, leaving Zeus out to dry. But Blank will survive, I suppose, by the end of it.
Now again and again from DRX, where they look to go in hard on a play, because it seemed like a good idea a couple of minutes ago. But it doesn't. You don't have the vision. There the ward goes down, but you need to make sure and check that before you actually hard commit to it, because you just give up so many free kills for no reason. It's exactly the same mistake they made in the jungle. And then this one is just a nice rotation from Dove. 5Kid being very aware of where his teammate is, just staying a little bit in range, like maybe you can go for me, maybe you can try and 1v1 me. As, yeah, here Blank. It's an okay Moonfall. Uses June to get out of a awkward situation, but
as the Gravitum Moonlight Vigil is available, could maybe look to do that as Doran is turning now onto Jet as they really want to get onto this Lee Sin, and 5Kid is left all alone, but no follow-up there, as there is the Moonlight Vigil that does come in, but the wombo combo from both teams actually as KT are now on the forefront. Dove just zoning everybody away with their low health bars, but at the same time, 4 people will live. They get the dragon. 5Kid will live as the knockup misses. What am I watching? As Jet is jumping in now. 4 of them could have gotten away, but instead, 3 of them go back in and give their lives over. Okay, DRX, you got the Infernal. That, at least, is good.
Perfect crime. You somehow won a team fight while being as far down as you were, thanks to KT's somewhat questionable decision to go really ham on the Lee Sin. And that, yeah, this is a great Moonfall. The damage is impressive, but it's not enough. And then they're chasing very far. Unfortunately, Blank does get blown up, which means that Pioshik secures that Drake. And oh my god, what? I get okay. Now I just feel bad for King. And that is. Remember when Khan dashed through half a turret?
Yeah, I remember.
Somewhat similar, unfortunately. Yeah, Jet then also goes.
And he's like, let's go Baron. Can we do it? And it looks like they do go to Baron. And they will take it down. And they absolutely were able to do it eventually after regrouping all of their members. Now KT up about, 8,500 gold, looking for the engage. They find Taeyun, really fantastic body slam, as that will deny a lot of the bite out of the engage. But at this point, as the famous Atlas would said, they're smacking them with their wallets. And that is going to be the end of DRX here in this game, as Kingen is still alive. But even with the death timers as they are, you deny his back, you look for the inhibitor. They might stop there. We'll see how they go, as this one-on-one is very much entertaining. Doran decides, no, we're not going to dive the turret. And they will take down the inhibitor.
If played out reasonably, KT win the fight coming up soon. They pick up a Drake, get soul points. Pioshik just runs at them.
Yeah, Pioshik has had enough. And yeah, he'll use the miss to avoid the stun. And
it's a TP.
Just run away. Yeah, gets the TP.
Okay.
Big thumbs up. You're spending some time while KT have Baron buff, and okay, we're just gonna go for a little macro rotation here. Try to use the last of their Baron buff and take down this turret.
And the way this should go is KT use their overwhelming gold lead to just force a they have Baron.
Hello? Okay.
I don't know about that one.
Well, Kangen's here. And now, they're coming in. That's a nice big wombo combo, but Zonya's available. They're going to burst down Dove, and that is a big win as in they go. The moonfall is huge, and the turnaround comes in from KT. That's what we were expecting, and they do finally make it work, as maybe now you can kill Kingen? Perhaps not, as he will survive yet again in a scene we have seen many a time. KT, they will take game number 3. Only took them an extra 26 minutes from the last time they were on the Nexus. Doran with a little celebratory death. Doran said something about like dying or killing the guy in the fountain. Maybe he said, I'm going to go for the kill. Still curious about what the coaches were talking to him about after the game.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Season with the POD interpretive translation, joined by Doran and Blank from KT Roaster. The summer of KT Roaster isn't just over yet. You guys increased your playoff probability from 2.6% to 4.1%. The last ticket for playoffs isn't just sold yet. How are you feeling about today's victory? We could have, gotten a clean victory, but we gave away game 2, so it's a bummer, I was the one, taking the lead to get kills. It's on me, guys. I'm sorry for my teammates. Let's talk about that a little bit later. We just want to hear from Blank about this victory as well. Blank, you were the relief pitcher for KT Roaster. How was today's series? In fact, I thought we won game 2, but Doran, he just ended so well, so I got my chance to get the POG. Thank you, Doran, for giving me the chance. Let's rewind back to game number 1. Doran, you had a fantastic performance on Jace in game 1 and 3. I think KT kept having a very good comp, and you always outdrafted DRX today. What did you think after the end of the pick and ban in game 1? You had Ziggs, Jace, the poke comp. I think everything went well according to our comp and the theme. And about the next game, we also just followed the flow. In game number 1, we had a huge accident down on the bottom lane, so Kindred and Aphelios got so bad. Were you guys worried about the entire situation, or were you guys confident about your late game power spike? I mean, like, that kind of thing can happen, some accidents can happen, but we kind of all together were able to, cheer up and come back. In game 2, we also, had some fantastic performance from Kennen, even though your bottom duo had some hard time down on the bottom lane, because you guys actually let DRX take the same comp that they dominated in game 1, Aphelios and Thresh. And they kept making, points down on the bottom lane with that duo. But still, after game 1, the bottom duo were still confident. So we just didn't really try to adjust the bottom lane draft. In game 2, you made some fantastic initiations, but you guys were so close to, ending the game. But in the end, you actually allowed DRX to come back. What kind of feedback went back and forth after that? That was just like nonsense, I just did some weird thing. Everyone said hit the turret, but I just wanted to kill Pyosik, We were like, go get Pyosik. And then Gideon and Harp. I'm just sorry, guys. Sorry. But still, you guys were able to secure the match victory. So a win is a win. And Blank, what do you think? I was like, well, we're going home early, but I just realized we lost. So I was like, I gotta get ready to sub in. So I tried to pull myself together to, you know, play on stage. Blank, you were the one watching game 1 and 2 and subbed in game 3. What was the focal point that you had in your mind? Were you the leading player in game 3? Cusick played around the bottom lane a lot, and he was trying to secure vision around there as well. So I tried to, you know, catch his playstyle about, you know, vision control and also just playstyle in general. So I tried to capitalize on that in game 3. Game 3 was pretty quick, and you guys were able to get ahead a lot early on. Was that the substitution that helped you guys a lot in terms of the mood? And game 2 was so intense, so we just wanted to refresh the atmosphere, you know, some new players on the roster. So in order to, you know, lighten up the mood, and also me and Zeus are the oldest players, so we just wanted to, you know, take the charge and cheer my teammates up. And yeah, you also made some wombo combo and epic moment with the Diana Foreman ultimate. What do you think of Diana's initiation? Any tips? It's just the result of my endless effort, you know. I just practiced so hard. Awesome. So, KT Roaster, you guys still have a 4% of probability to get your playoff spot. I mean, today's series, I'm just so sorry for my fans about losing game 2. Also sorry for my teammates about that whole accident. I don't really think I deserve to do this interview right here, but I will make sure to make it not happen again. I hope we can add another victory on the board in the upcoming matches. Blank, what about you? Hirai always tells us, don't give up. Let's not give up. It's not over. It's never over until it's so over. Let's push till the end. And thanks to that comment, our players, our coaching staff are working so hard, and also people working at the front desk are working so hard for us. So I hope you can, you know, keep going until it's really, really over. Any message to the fans? This is my first interview. I'm a little bit nervous, in fact. But, you know, thanks to all the fans and love and support, we are existing right here. And I will look forward to your continuous support. And that's it from Doran Blank from KT Roaster, and I'm gonna pass it back to our casters. Thank you.